Let me do this. God said for us not to worry about anything, right? You read that. He said, take no thought about anything in life. What you're going to wear, where you're going to go, what you're going to eat, where you're going to sleep, who you're going to play with or not play with. Take no thought about anything in life. Isn't that an amazing way to live? Yes, Jesse, that is amazing. Yes, ma'am.
Does that mean that if you don't think about it, you're just supposed to act as things happen?
Yes.
But what if I don't like what I'm wearing in the morning after I put it on?
Just take it off.
Oh, okay.
You look at it, and it is what it is.
Where were you this morning?
What scripture is that?
Where it says, take no thought about what you're going to wear, I'll get it for you. I don't have enough.
Jesus said that.
Yeah, he said, don't worry about what you're going to wear. He said, consider the birds. They don't work, they don't earn anything, but they never take thought about what they're going to eat, where they're going to sleep. The lily of the fields, God take care of those things as well. Can you imagine? And I wrote this down to ask you guys about it. Can you imagine living a life or having an attitude about life or living a life with no obstacles in your way at all, such as opinions, beliefs, mental categories, commentaries, impatience? Can you imagine living without any of this stuff in your life at all? No attempts by the mind to anticipate or control the next split second. We're supposed to be living free of all those things. Free of anticipation, free of opinions. We are not supposed to have an opinion because the opinion that we have is coming straight out of hell and is always wrong. Even when you're judging yourself and other people, we should not anticipate anything. We should just take no thought to the day and just live. Can you imagine living that way? No impatience in you at all. You just have patience. Well, Christ has made all that possible for us to live that way. He really has. It's already put back in order. But most people don't live that way for several reasons. One is because of anger, of course, and anger separates you from God. But also, we've been trained to have all these things in our lives. We've been told you have to have an opinion. You should anticipate things. You should judge and make decisions about other people. But we're not supposed to be doing any of those things. Not at all. Isn't that amazing?
No, I was just thinking there's a story out there that says, like, there's a man stranded on an island, and he says, God will save me. So that a boat comes along and says, no, God will save me. A plane comes along, God will save me. He dies, and he goes, why didn't you save me? He's like, I sent you a boat, a plane, a helicopter. It's kind of like that, right? You aren't conscious of the gifts being brought to you if you didn't know to.
But I bet you he knew the Bible. He believed in Jesus. And see, when you're conscious like that, then help is always there for you. There's always an answer to everything. But you got to rise in consciousness, grow in that. So all these things will start falling away. They really will fall away from you because you're guided by the light. And then you won't have an opinion about anything. And you won't judge your fellow man. You'll be able to see it, like you were talking about how you can see the people unhappy. You can see that, how they feel about things, but you won't judge them in that because you will not have an opinion about it. But right now, when you're connected to Satan, everything you look at, he makes a decision for you about it. Everything your eyes look at, he says, oh, this is wrong, this is good, this is bad, this is short, this is tall, this is that. And so you're not discovering anything. You've been lied to, and it just absolutely screws you up. So you got to overcome that. Rise, come into the presence of God, and then you won't worry. He said, don't worry about anything. I'll provide everything for you. I'll take care of you. You can see what he's talking about. You really can. So the answer is always come into the presence of God by coming out of your imagination into right now, and that's when you can see the solution to everything. Everything. And it's so easy and it's something else. That's why you can't have an opinion about it because, the first time around you probably avoided the danger, right? But the next time you may need to go and deal with it. But if you have an opinion, you're going to base it on how you reacted the last time to the situation or what Satan is telling you about the situation. You really will. It is something else to live a life by observation, be guided by the light within. We all have it in us. And it is something else to be growing into that. And every time I overcome this, I'm like, wow, life is something else. I've been so lied to about things. And these lies and the way that I've been trained and taught have caused nothing but suffering in my life. Big mistakes in life. I made awful mistakes. Everything was based on what I've been taught, the knowledge of it, right? And they took me away from discovering life. You want to live life by discovering that is already there too. The weird thing about it, the interesting thing about it, everything you want is already here and now. If you want peace, if you want perfect health, if you want a sound mind, if you want love, come into the presence of God. Everything that you want is already right here, but when you're angry, you can't see it. And it's so unfortunate for many people that Christ sacrificed. He went through all that hell. He bought us back. He went to hell and bought us back. And then he restored everything, and we can live a life without accepting it in our imagination because we don't keep our eyes on ourselves. We're always looking at other things and other people and blaming others and being mad and being afraid and having doubt and always judging right from wrong. You cannot make a decision about right and wrong, about anything or anybody. A friend of mine went out to lunch last night with some family members, right? And this friend of mine is a selfish person. Like they're not like a giver. You know what I'm saying? And so when I thought about they had gone out to dinner right away, I thought, I'm going to ask them that they pay for the dinner or did they have the other people pay for it, right? And Satan told me right away, they didn't pay for it. Nah, he didn't pay for the dinner, right? So when I saw him, I said, did you pay for the dinner last night or did you make them pay? And he said that, well, we decided to split the bill this time because last time I paid for the whole thing, so we just split it this time. I was like, wow, my mind told me you didn't pay. And I'm glad I didn't just judge you on that because situations are always changing. They are not the same. They are not always the same. People are always changing. They can be all awful one moment, and now you have an opinion about them, and the next moment they have changed just like that. But your opinion of them is still the same. So you're going to treat them based on the way that they treated, the way they acted the last time you saw them. We want to treat people the way God treats us, and you're never going to be able to do that until you come into His presence. Because in His presence, there's nothing but love, and you're out of the picture as far as playing God. That makes sense? Yes. Isn't that nice? All you have to do is come back to common sense, come back to the Holy Spirit, come back to the light that's in you, and just live your life. We are really, I said that our parents spent 18 years of screwing us up in life, and we spend the rest of the time overcoming it. Well, what we're overcoming are these things: anger, judgment, they're both the same, making decisions, looking at things, judging them as right or wrong. We're overcoming those things, and as you're overcoming those things, you're getting better in life. You really, really are. It's already there. Is the invisible become the visible. Can you imagine that everything you need right now is right here, right now? It's already there, and you're blinded by your anger and can't see it? So now you got to hustle and bustle, have fear, have doubt, have to worry, have to lie, you have to cheat, you have to steal, and not believe in Santa Claus. Isn't that amazing? I am Jesse Lee Peterson. You can get involved by calling 800-411-2663, 800-411-BOND.